Sagittarius, you have been expanding so much lately. It's miraculous. But now it feels like you're running up against some kind of wall or edge or barrier within yourself. It's almost like a stop sign. Your own higher self won't let you cross this threshold until you pay attention to something first. There's something that requires your attention at this point if you want to keep expanding to the degree that you have been. And I feel like that thing which needs your attention, the thing you're running up against, is your inner child. So the theme of your reading today is number 12, lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done, you can help others. 111 on the timer. And it's so interesting because this is the same exact card that came up for Gemini, which is your polar opposite sign. So maybe if you feel called to it, you could watch that reading as well, although the energy feels quite different. And then at the bottom of the deck is becoming braver, resilience, experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. So it's almost like you've been on a roll. It feels like you've been on a roll lately, growing, expanding, and really stepping into the embodiment of way shower. You are a way shower, Sagittarius. You are here to forge your own path, do your own thing, right? You are not here to repeat or copy or imitate someone else. You could try, but you'll be completely miserable and it will never, ever work, right? And I think most of you know this about yourself. You know that you're here to almost like be a figurehead of expansion for other people. And you've been really stepping into this embodiment on like a whole nother level lately. And now this expansion it's not stopping. I don't feel like it's come to a halt. It's just that the momentum for expansion is still there, but it just keeps hitting up against this wall over and over and over again. And again, that wall I feel is your inner child. And the message that's coming through here is if you want to expand to the fullest extent possible, that means you need to create an equal amount of safety in your body and safety for your inner child. So the aspect of you that's watching this, let's say your conscious adult self, has probably acclimated to walking into the unknown to a certain extent. There are parts of you that have normalized the level of risk that is required to be a way shower. It's like being a way shower basically looks like hurtling yourself into the void constantly, right? And many parts of you are totally fine with that, actually love it. But there are other aspects of you that it's not that they're not on board with it, it's just that they're the parts of you that require safety, security, and stability. And so it's the image that's coming to me is like a tree. The deeper the roots, the higher the branches, basically. And the roots in this case are your sense of safety and stability in your own system, right? So I don't feel like the message here is stop expanding, stop trying to expand. No, never, ever. It's almost like the key to unlock continued expansion for you right now is actually to shift your focus towards something that may not feel like expansion at all. This little boy or girl inside of you that's just like, help me. I am terrified. I'm scared. I'm frightened. I just want to be held. Like, somebody please just hold me. Somebody please take care of me. You might be feeling insecure, or I'm hearing reticent about something, insecure or unsure. It could show up for you in a lot of different ways. But however it's showing up for you, this is what Spirit wants you to pour your attention into right now. Okay. All right, let's go into tarot. I'm using Tarot of the Abyss for you. Show me Sagittarius right now. Just show me the collective of Sagittarius, please. King of Swords. And the Five of Wands. Well, this Five of Wands is the internal conflict. I'm seeing these two birds as almost like the two parts of you. One is like, come on, let's go. Let's go to the next level. Let's push ourselves. I want to push my own edge constantly. Like, it's like the essence of Jupiter, right? Like, bigger, better, more. Let's go. The part of you that loves roller coasters, right? But then the other part of you is like, no, please, no. Just like, give me a break. Like, let me breathe. Let me process this. Like, I'm not okay, right? I mean, literally, this is the analogy that's coming to me. It's like somebody who loves roller coasters and somebody who hates them living in the same body. I don't know. But with the King of Swords here, it's like you're totally ready to see objectively the truth of this inner battle within yourself. You're ready. That's why you're a match to this message. That's why you're watching this right now. If you're still watching it, then you're ready to hear this. Okay? So this awareness is the first step. This awareness is the very, very first step. Let's pull one more here. Ooh, the Emperor. I love that. You're feeling like you want to take action. There's a lot of actually masculine energy that is really active and online in your system right now. You want to do something. You want to be proactive about your own growth and expansion. If you're not careful with that kind of amazing masculine energy, it can just bulldoze right over this little part of you. You don't want to do that. And if you do, the end result will not be pleasant, right? So it's almost like, maybe we're going to pull more cards in just a second, but what's coming through me right now is all of this amazing momentum that you've been feeling, and drive and passion, this willingness to push your own edge, right? All of that amazing energy, maybe the thing to do right now is to turn it straight towards the part of you that's scared. And it's almost like turn on, I'm hearing turn on the nurturing qualities of this divine masculine energy and pour it into this scared part of you. What's the challenge? Let's see, what's the challenge that Sagittarius is facing? Well, I'm seeing now almost like the part of you that loves roller coasters, we're just going to keep going with this analogy, the part of you that hurtles itself into the void constantly and can't get enough of it, right? Like, this part of you can be the protector and the provider and the caretaker of the part of you that's scared. Or it can be the bully. Spirit wants you to be very conscious about which expression of this masculine energy you're activating. You can't run, I mean, you can run over your inner child, but that means you're just running over yourself. If you're really hyper identified with the part of you that loves expansion, that's kind of a scary place to be, because then it's so much easier for you to bully or bulldoze or run over your inner child without feeling the repercussions of it for a while. But you will, because it's you. It's you. All right, what's the challenge for Sagittarius right now? The Fool. This is that fresh perspective in the Becoming Braver card. This is the fresh perspective that wants to come in. Okay, I'm seeing an image almost like your inner child is stubborn as heck. And your inner child will almost act as an anchor or a weight. And it will drag you down. It will actually slow down your expansion unless you take exquisitely good care of it, which means love it, right? Not seeing it as a burden, not seeing it as this like annoying thing, like, come on, just get with the program. It's not that scary. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, right? That's not loving your inner child. Five of Pentacles. This is how this part of you feels. Thrown out in the cold, abandoned, maybe rejected. Ooh, the Moon. Wow. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm just hearing there needs to be a gentler approach with yourself. Maybe you are very, very hard on yourself in some ways. I mean, I'm a Sagittarius. I think most of you probably know this at this point, but I'm a Sagittarius. So speaking for myself, I am very hard on myself. I mean, most people are, right? But if you have that kind of way shower essence, where, you know, you're destined to be pushing your own edge all the time in very conscious, powerful ways, that, you know, that can, in its shadow aspect, that can turn into very, very harsh self-talk and being hard on yourself, like pushing yourself to the point of burnout, let's say, right? So I'm just hearing the challenge is finding a gentler approach, opening your own mind, and almost like cultivating a new relationship, a more soft relationship with the parts of you that don't like roller coasters. What's the advice? Seeing 333 in my mind's eye. Ooh, the World. So that's really interesting because, oh, and look, it's your inner child. There's an eye on the top half of the Ouroboros, and then a little, a literal baby in the bottom. So you've got the Fool as your challenge and the World as your advice. That's amazing. So in order to step into the Fool energy and open your own mind and heart to these scared parts of yourself and develop a new relationship to them, you've got to wrap something up. Let's see. Well, that, yeah, 9 of Wands. Okay. And the Lovers, oh my gosh, is so perfect. This pattern in the 9 of Wands, this pattern of like continuously running up against your own edge, running up against this wall within yourself, but then responding to that by getting more frustrated or more intense or more forceful, more bully-esque with yourself, that's the pattern that needs to wrap up. That's what you're ready to stop doing. So this is going to be hard, I know, but in those moments when you're getting really frustrated with yourself and you don't know why, you can't push your own edge a little bit farther, or like find the breakthrough you're wanting to have, or whatever it is for you, when you run up against that wall that normally triggers you into pushing yourself more and being harder, literally do the exact opposite. Be softer. Love yourself more. Be gentler. I'm hearing back off. Back off. It's like loosen the grip instead of tightening it more, right? This is a huge lesson for Sagittarius. Energy just in general, I feel. Alchemizing that response within yourself, where you would normally be so much harder or harsher with yourself, learning to be softer, because that softness, that softness of the moon energy is actually the thing that creates more expansion, which is ultimately what you want, right? But you just feel all like this emperor energy inside of you would just, I mean, it would blast everything in its path if it could, right? So if you're really lit up by this idea of expansion, the experience of perpetual expansion and hurtling into the unknown, right? The next level of expansion for you is softening, particularly softening with the parts of you that just want a sense of stability and don't necessarily want to be hurtling into the void all the time, right? Okay, let's get a journal prompt for you. 1717 on the timer. You know, I tried to film this reading earlier, and oh my gosh, it was just, speaking of getting frustrated, I was getting frustrated because I could feel that I was getting like most of the message, but not entirely. And I don't know, it was just like not flowing. It was not flowing. So I took a break. And as soon as I walked away, and I decided to, well, I did. I flipped the script in my own head. There is this inclination in me sometimes, if I'm not really getting aligned with a message or it's coming out clunky, I can get very frustrated with myself. Like, come on, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? But I very actively recognized that I was about to do that with myself and just chose to let go and be softer instead. And as soon as I did, I was just like mind blown. Oh my gosh, I get it now. And the whole message started coming to me. So it's all part of the message. All right. Journal prompt for Sagittarius. Ooh, oh my gosh. Number 46, which reduces to the number 10, which is about completion. It takes me back to the World card. What part of yourself do you want to get to know better? What part of yourself do you want to get to know better? Maybe your inner child. Maybe you have a preconceived notion about your inner child, or the scared part of you, whatever you want to call it, that it's dumb, or it's I don't know. I won't say that word. You don't like it, right? Like, why is it the way that it is? Maybe it has a very good reason. Maybe wanting stability and security is very wise, right? Maybe your inner child is very, very wise. I don't know, something to think about. Answer that question for yourself. All right, let's get a closing message from Anatomy of a Witch Oracle. Closing message for Sagittarius. Maybe it will require, ironically, maybe it will require bravery on your part to be softer with yourself. Are you afraid of your own expansion stalling? I just got the numbers 935. 935. I don't know. Banish. Whoa. Banish. What are you ready to banish? I feel like you're ready to banish this Nine of Wands loop. Let's see what the guidebook says. Cutting ties with something. Okay. While some may be averse to doing banishing work, it's really part of the creation process. We are acknowledging the relationship we have to whatever we are banishing while setting boundaries, deconstructing obstacles, or removing distractions, all of which will clear a path to new possibilities. To uncreate can be just as vital as creation. We can banish harmful people and situations from our lives, as well as misconceptions we have about ourselves that society has thrust upon us. Once we have cut and cleared the way, we can begin to heal, to build again, to weave a new path. The Fool. Unbind, dissolve, dispel, and eliminate. Let go of what holds you back. Reduce clutter. All of the elements can be useful in banishing and may be used in combination, etc., etc. Ooh, well, that was an unexpected twist. What energy or pattern or belief do you need to banish with consciously, with great awareness? What do you need to banish within yourself that is preventing you from softening? I just saw an orb. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking, Sagittarius. I will be putting this journal prompt along with several others in the description box, so be sure to check those out. They'll just help you to process everything and take your inner work a little bit deeper. And as always, leave any questions or comments down below. I would love to hear from you. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.